Hello Daily Drafters and welcome back to the channel for today's Arena Gauntlet League video. As you saw by the thumbnail, this is match number 8 in our Lorwyn Eclipsed League run here. For those of you that stumbled across this and don't know what this is, I've got a link in the description to my intro video and all the other videos that you can catch up to here. And this is match number 3 of week 2 here. We're playing our Shadowmoor pool. The rules of this league state that you've got 2 pools. Your Lorwyn pool for odd-numbered weeks and Shadowmoor pool for even-numbered weeks. And that is the pool we are playing here. It's a bit of an Esper controlling type of removal spell tempo-based deck. And it's doing well so far. We are currently 2-0 on the week. Looking to continue that with this deck and see you see in front of you. If we take a look at the standings prior to this match number 8, you can see on the left the top 11 players in the league. We have a 9-1, an 8-1, several 8-2s, and then some 7-win players rounding it out from 9 on there. And if you look on the right, that is where we currently stand. Out of the 231 players that are participating in this league, we are currently in 81st with that 4-3 record. Stuck with the 4-win players for now, but we've got 3 matches left this week, including this one. So there's still room for that number to go up for us. Speaking of this one, we are playing today against, I believe it's DanyBrillantine, might be how it's pronounced. Apologies if it's not. But they have a great start to the league so far. A record of 6-2 in 19th place. And they've gone 2-1 this week, playing a pretty good teamer deck here. Just nice, good value, card draw sorts of stuff in their pool as well. But a 6-2 record starts them off very well. This is also their first league, so they have that lifetime AGL record of 6-2 with the lifetime win percentage of 75%. Ours is bumped up, back up above 55% with yesterday's victory. And we haven't played yet, obviously, since this is their first league. Speaking of badges, they don't have any because it's their first league. I guess this would mean that they are a rookie. So no badges. And we've got that finalist badge as well as that additional top 16 badge there too. So going to be a tough one here, playing against a very highly ranked player so far. This league has done well so far, and we're going to try to make sure that we can go ahead and improve upon our record and keep the hot streak going. See you in game 1. Okay, we are on the draw here to start out this match. And we've got a pretty decent hand with all of our colors. So I think we'll keep it here. Start with probably just Station Monitor. Not super scared of all of the rares in this pool. There's a couple good ones. Lockmare is good. Galta, but we will have to see. Okay. So let's check on the counter spells and see if I want to expose my Station Monitor. I might want to play Station Monitor on a turn where I can also Devil Spell with something like Dragonstorm, so I could play Expansionist now. Actually, as I'm looking, I don't see any counter spells, but there is an Abrade, a Burst Lightning, etc. Let's see if they get priority. They are getting priority, so it could be something like Burst Lightning, a Bloomcreed Escort. I'm actually just going to play the Expansionist. And then next turn I can flash in Glenalendra, following turn Monitor, Dragonstorm. It was a Braid, so I got the Monitor to survive at the very least here. There's a Flyer. This means I can potentially flash in Alendra to eat it. Let's see if that would work. Might have removal in response, but we'll give it a shot here. Okay, alright, that is one of the mythics. 6 mana can turn that into play something for free off the top of the deck, which is pretty good. But let's get Station Monitor, Roiling Dragonstorm going. Get rid of one of these lands, and then attack with our Flyer. Now we do have a removal spell. There's a land. Got some card draw as well. Let's see if we can keep the pressure up here. Down goes Glenn. Okay. And station monitor. That's a bit annoying. We were not able to keep up the pressure. Yeah, I guess I just have to unexpected assistance on their turn here, and now we don't have pressure, and they've got free spells, so triple removal is tough to get through. Got the land, and then they can just flip that and start to go a little crazy here. I think I'll get rid of the extra planes. Getting Monolith going is pretty good, but I think I would like to get a bigger creature down because I need to try to pressure them quickly. If I just let them like get a free spell every single turn, then that's a good way to lose. So let's just play a 5/7, attack for 1, and okay. Good, at least it's just a land, but they are drawing 2 cards a turn. We do technically have enchantment removal, but we'll have to find that. Harmonize, draw another card. Alright, off we go. Suppose I can do both of these things here. This also lets me pick up the Dragon Storm, as this is a dragon. But I'd like to get some pressure down. Okay, go to 10. Got a good amount of creatures here now. They flipped a Teamer Tawny back. And he's really going through his deck to find some answers here. Used a good bit of removal already, but that's not to say more won't be coming. Alright, I think I'm going to start with the Dragon Storm, see if I can kind of find anything here. I did not find anything. So if I use the Monolith on the Megalodon here, I can deal a damage to it, draw a card, and if they choose to double or triple block it, I would draw like 8 cards or something, which would be really good, obviously. Maybe he's got removal in response here, but see what I can draw first. Oh, that's quite a good draw. So then let's get in with everything, I think. Put a counter. I could put it, no, make this a 3/4. That seems fine. Let's make that a 3/4. Go to blocks. Does have an instant, so don't know what that could be. And we've got a protection spell and a removal spell. This could also be used to push damage and give it flying, but that would be like a next turn thing. Okay, bounce and then double block. think that's okay. So let me let that happen. Trade with Tawny back here. As the 4/3? Is that right? I think so. Okay, go to 5. I've got removal and protection. I'm just going to hold up protection this turn. Have a Marshall's Path Cruiser. Crew 5, which does have the ability to do. This can only get creatures at sorcery speed. So that's a bit annoying. But at least the Megalodon attacks past it. Alright, what else? Changeling Wayfinder. Yeah, clogging up the board here. Currently, if he doesn't have any sort of interaction at instant speed, like taps out or something, I can give Megalodon flying and then hit for 6 next turn, but that's exposing myself to instant speed removal that I may just not want to do. So I do technically have that here. If I do Bogslither's Embrace on the Botanist, he would probably crew it up using these 2 creatures, and then if he loses priority, I can Lightfoot Technique pre-blocks here. So let's do this to start. See what I can draw. Okay, that gets rid of the enchantment here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can do all of these without having to blight here. So let's do pay 3, target that, and then it's probably going to crew up the Path Cruiser here. Oh, that is a flyer. So my lethal trick would not have worked. Sure. So now should I attack with this and then give it indestructible on blocks here? I think so, right? Because if I give it indestructible, it's still dealt damage. And then I could potentially draw 5 or 6 cards here. Oh, I meant to attack with the 1/1 flyer as well. That could be a mistake. Okay, can I recover from that? I think I'm going to use this before it goes to their turn. Okay, so that means I draw 6 cards now and lose 6 life, but that's a trade I'm willing to make. Let's destroy that enchantment here and then pass it back. Now we've got lots of cards, lots of removal. If I liminal hold, I probably want to do it on the 3/4. That way I can attack with this. I can still hold up Swat away to bounce something to save my creatures from a potential multi-block here. I have to be careful about targeting Megalodon with Monolith too many times, because if it is dealt damage and they don't die from the damage that it's dealt, I lose that much life. So you have to watch out. I might just use this post-combat each turn just to draw one card to make sure I don't get too low on combat-related draw math. Okay, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 mana, so I can do basically 2 of these. I think I probably want to do Swat Away and maybe Glimmer Burst, but let's attack all here. Didn't get priority, no instant, and this must not be anything relevant to flip over. Would I be okay with the double block and trading this for a 3-3 or a 3-2? I think I probably would. I think the Megalodon is really what I'm relying on here. But sure, let's let that happen. Play Sprite, hold up, swat away, and Glimmer Burst here, I think. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I can do both of these things. I don't think I need to use Liminal Hold right now. Hopefully not attacking with that 1/1 doesn't come back to haunt me here, but we'll see. Lots of, you know, decent value creatures and removal over there, which is usually a decent plan for success. Probably why they are currently 6-2 in the league and starting off well. That is a flyer. Artifact or tapped creature. I mean, are these fine to just keep? I mean, one's a threat and then one can... I'm not really sure this deals with much right now is the thing, because I'm on the offensive. He's probably not going to be tapping his creatures too much. But do I just want to draw a random 2/4 Vigilance? It's fine, I guess. And then do I want to use Swat Away right now? I could use Swat Away on this thing. It probably is not going to the top considering it's not a creature. It could be just a land because he did bin a land with the other one. So if it's a land, it probably goes to the bottom, which means it gets rid of it for good. I can Liminal Hold the dragon. Could also just get rid of the flyer here, which means... I mean, the flyer is probably pretty good to get rid of as well. That way these things can attack, especially if Liminal Hold gets the Wildling down. Oh, that's quite good here, actually. That might just change the math entirely. Okay, well, let's start with Liminal Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana left. So Shimmer Creep plus Sentinel can happen here. So we'll go Liminal Hold on Wildling. Okay. As long as I can get him to 4. Though I don't want to lose my white permanent. Okay, I did have it. I just was overthinking it, had some sort of instant, wanted to make sure that That didn't get us in our way. Okay, so again, we've already determined this deck doesn't have enchantment removal in the sideboard, so I can't bring in anything else to deal with that necessarily. This deck's sideboard is really not that great. I mean, I've got Chrome Companion for graveyard stuff, but the only thing I really saw was the Unending Whisper. There's 2 Tolarian Terrors in the pool, though. Is there really anything else that makes a ton of sense? A lot of the removal was damage-based. So maybe something like Personify to blink a creature outside of removal and get in a 1/1 with it. Maybe Run Away Together to bounce their thing while also protecting it from removal. There's a good amount of instant speed removal here. Abrade, Burst Lightning, Narcissus removal. I guess it's just like 3 pieces of instant speed removal. It's not actually that many. What about enchantment-based removal here? Imprisoned on the Moon, which isn't really a good card. So I'm debating Personify and or Run Away Together. I don't know if something is particularly bad in the matchup that I would want to take out. Everything seems pretty good. Radiant Strike, I mean, it's hard to take out removal regardless. The Temporal Cleansing's just kind of expensive and clunky in a deck that doesn't care too much about creatures. So maybe just Run Away Together is just, I never really find that card to do what you want it to do. Let's try it again, and if I feel like I need to bring in instant speed protection or bounce or something, I can do that. I'm just going to try it again as it currently stands. Pretty slow hand, but at least this can bounce something on 3 and then I can draw on 4. I've got all 3 colors of mana, which is important, so I'll keep it, but could be awkward. Okay, that was a decent draw. The old mono blue deck over there. Ah, there you go. Now fixes the mana. I think I'll go with Lamenter here now. If this were to die, the Slumbering Walker could get it back if I find another white source here soon. Interesting. What do we got here? Biosynthic Burst gives it +1/+1 reach, trample, indestructible, mischievous, sneakling, plume create escort. So there's nothing in the pool that can mess me up by doing this, unless there's post-combat damage-based removal. Okay, that's fine. So much blue. I guess I'll just play Glimmer Burst here. Could double block the Wayfinder. Trade the 1/1 for the 1/2. Yikes. Yeah, I can't do anything about that, unfortunately, so... Oh, fights target creature token. Okay. For some reason I thought I could fight something when it enters. Okay, that's... not the end of the world, I guess. Trapped in the screen, getting rid of that is pretty good here. It is a big creature that's threatening our life total, so let's get rid of it. It is in a kind of a premium removal spell that I did have to use to protect my life total there, though. So hopefully nothing bigger and badder gets dropped here. I think I'll choose to remove the creature on their side by double blocking. That's a big old baddie that can just come down and hopefully dominate the board here. I think that's just what I'm going to do. Okay, come on down, big guy. What does this one do again? I forget. Haste. If it's tapped, put 3 counters on a land and it becomes a 0/0. Okay, that's pretty good. I don't need more lands. So I can bounce this thing and just make him recast it for like 5 more mana as a 3/4, which like isn't super great. That would open up attacks with the Megalodon here. So let's just use some tempo. Ooh, station monitor. Doesn't quite do what I want it to do, but I can now draw the card, play the monitor, and then next turn I could potentially double spell. Alright, let's draw the card here while the coast is clear. I might want to just hold that up as opposed to playing monitor now. That's a pretty good draw. But then next turn I can't double spell because I don't have 3 white. Do I want to expose Megalodon to removal? They didn't have it last turn, so I think I'm actually... I think I'm in the clear to do this. It's a little risky. It does only protect against damage-based removal, as it bounce/exile doesn't work with this. But I think for right now, next turn it's Expansionist, holding up Technique. Alright, this Cinder is doing lots of things. Sure. Okay, nice. I can use Technique on Megalodon, give it Indestructible, if they choose to like quad block or something. That would give me 6 points of power to deal with like these 2 things. That would be pretty good. Let's do this first so that I can get the monitor trigger. Might just not block knowing that I do have it. Okay. Makes sense here. I think I'll just end the turn. If I can get the Lamenter to die, that would actually be pretty decent. I can get it back with Slumbering Walker. Draw an extra card, do some things. Okay, not horrible. That can threaten instant speed destruction of things, which means Megalodon can still keep getting in. Sure. I can get a trigger on Station Monitor by casting Slumbering Walker right now. It does expose it to removal before any value is gotten, but, I mean, it does give me a 1/1 that pressures in the air, which presents a clock that is 14 turns long here. Still lets me hold up Lightfoot Technique and Scrap Compactor's 3 damage mode. Yeah, let's get the trigger on Monitor here. End the turn, decline, and pass. Okay, so when it enters, whenever one or more creatures deal combat, draw a card, or creatures you control +1/+1 trample and haste, or +1/+0. Probably going to be Teamer, if I had to guess. And it is. Now do I want to protect the Walker by giving it indestructible here? That was the risk of playing this last turn, is that it, like I said, it does expose it to removal. I think the Megalodon is my most important creature right now. I could use Scrap Compactor to basically kill that off now, but I think I'm actually just going to let this happen. Again, because Megalodon is I'm really all in on that. So all right. So now I can use Technique and get rid of probably these 2 creatures here. I still don't even have to use Scrap Compactor. So let's do... I think I want to assign it this way. Get rid of the 5/4 and the 4/2. Sure. Okay. All right, got the protection out of our hand there. So if Megalodon does go down, we have... Oh, wow. All right. Guess just didn't really have the answers. Woof. Wow, our deck is kind of humming along here against some pretty good matchups, but we'll take it. And that hard-fought win there does improve our record on the week to 3-0, and on the entire league to 5-3. We jump up to 52nd place, again, out of the 231 members here. We are climbing towards that top, but we need to keep that streak going to make sure we can continue to compete with the best of the league here. A lot of great players are starting to come in to view here on the right. Finley 2K1, a dude with good. Both incredible players that I know have a great history with the league, including us chasing those over at the top. We're chugging along here, sitting at 5-3, hoping to continue this great week that we've got going. So that'll do it for this one, and I'll see you next time here at Daily Draft.